Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode here on the Hermitcraft server in an area that looks kind of familiar. This thing right here though, probably not so familiar. This is based around the Winter Olympics. CubFan135 has created a boat jump, sort of like a ski jump, right? You go down the ice, you jump off into the sky and you land in the area down below. We're doing that with a boat. This thing is a lot of fun. I've been doing this a lot today. And I did it yesterday during a live stream as well. Let's see if we can beat our score from the live stream. I'm going to hold down forward here. Hope that the slime blocks don't glitch out because I've had some trouble with that. And not so good. Not so good. A moment ago I did much better than this. I got to about, I think the next one, that one right there. And I think during the live stream we came as far as this. But I'm yet to go over the final red line. So hopefully one day I'll be able to get that score. But speaking of the live stream, that was yesterday, and today, when I'm recording this episode, will be the day that you watched the last episode of Hermitcraft. Now, that's how things work on YouTube, okay? Judge from my comments, it seems like some of you don't understand that these episodes are recorded in advance, like, you know, at least a couple of days before I publish them. That's just how I do YouTube. That's how I roll. And if you watched that live stream, you would have seen me build all of this awkward looking stuff over here, and I'm really not happy with what I built during that live stream, okay? So I had an idea for a game that kind of changed during the live stream. We built a bunch of stuff, tore it down, built up some more stuff, and you know what? I'm just not good at being creative while I'm streaming. Streaming for me is for doing grindy jobs, hanging out and chatting, and not trying to get a vision of a game that you're trying to build and figure out all the mechanics. But this fellow over here, Churchill the 8th, kind of looks like he's lost his lead. Is that like a visual thing? Let's just quickly right click on that. There we go, I've picked it up. I don't want you wandering off, young man, because you are going to be the pig that we ride. Do I still have it in my inventory? I do, this is amazing. Okay, so I plan on making a game over here where you sit on a pig, you got a carrot on a stick, and you have a little pig race against the clock. That is the plan for this area. And my original idea that I came up on stream was to build these giant boxes that connect together and the racetrack goes between them. I don't like that idea anymore. I think what I want to do is create like a lush green grove, or like a garden, an estate, something like that, and have it take up a lot of space in this area, and then build the racetrack around it. And I think that'll end up making this area look really, really cool. But that's a project for another day, or maybe later this episode, because I've got another plan, and after that plan is done, we're going to come back over here. But that plan is to make a new farm, because there is a material that I need to farm. I have been farming it in the jankiest of ways for the longest time, and I think it's time to put an end to that. So let's get over to the base and I'll show you what I'm talking about. There are many different colours in a rainbow, and what we like to do in this game is farm the rainbow. We want all of the colours. I think we farmed a few already. Hi, whoa. And now we need to farm another colour, and that colour is green. So let me show you how I've been doing that so far. Of course, green being cactus farm. I've been putting up with this nonsense around the corner, right? I walk through this door, and oh yeah, I cleaned it up. I forgot about that. Well, there was a bunch of cactus and sand sitting out there, and literally what I was doing was just coming out of there and punching it off by hand, and that is just not good enough. So if we go down to the farming floor, you'll see that it looks like I've moved the cactus farm over here. Yeah, I forgot how much I'd done in this area. So if we just backtrack, if you remember this project, this nice little room here, it's our sugarcane farm, which we hardly ever use because I've got a ridiculous amount of it stored up. Then over on this side we have our cocoa bean farm, which I hardly ever use because I don't really use cocoa beans a lot. But they both have the same layout, and so the plan is to replicate that layout over there, replicate it on this side, decorate it and put another farm in the space behind. So where we've got sugarcane over there, we're of course going to do cactus. And on another live stream, not the one that I did the other day, I came over here and sort of dug out that space, threw in the various blocks that are going to stay the same, sorted out these pillars which are always made out of stone and cobble and andesite, and basically got the place prepped up for me to come in here and go, right, what blocks do I want to use to make this thing look interesting? I also came down here and placed down all of the cactus so it could grow a little bit. But this is literally what I have been doing for the entire season when it comes to cactus. I have just been walking along, punching it off by hand, and then replanting it after. And the reason that I punch off the base one, which you might be thinking I don't need to do, is because the cactus flies out in different directions, and it could easily just hit, you know, the cactus that I leave behind me. So I harvest it, then I come back and plant it after. It's terribly inefficient, and I think it's time to automate this. Well, I scratched my noggin, I come up with a theme, an idea for how we're going to decorate this area, one that makes sense in a weird way, and the block that I need is dark prismarine. I've only got 7 of them, so as soon as I get home, I'm out flying around for resources again. Just going to come over here and pinch a few blocks from Mumbo. Well, actually, pinch some drops from his farm, so we can craft up some dark prismarine, which I think is going to be one of the main colours that we use around our farm. So we're going to make our walls out of dark prismarine, and that's because it's a green colour, right? And green links to cactus, even though you don't use cactus to make it. But also, we're going to farm this cactus with water, so it's going to be quite watery, which I think ties it to prismarine, so I wanted to try out these blocks. Problem is, these bricks right here, I don't think they really work on the floor. They kind of feel like they should belong on a wall. And also this prismarine right here, I'm not really sure if it mixes well with the stone bricks that we sort of kept in, because we've used that in all the other rooms so far, and we'll use it in the next room as well. But I'm just going to throw down a lot of this and try and get a sense of it. I'm not sure if I particularly like that or not. Again, it's the stone bricks I think that they struggle to mix with. This has grown on me very quickly, actually. It's got a nice atmosphere to it, this room, when you walk into it from the outside. The prismarine blocks go together so well. I reckon the ceiling will probably make out of the other type of prismarine block, right? Although there's 2 more materials that I want to use in this room. I managed to put that in the wrong place. So we could have those up there, but also there is going to be like a little trim that goes around outside. In fact, I placed some of these blocks here in preparation. That's actually in the wrong spot though. So we're going to have like another trim here, and maybe we'll use that one which matches the floor. Something like that. On the corner here, it sort of peels inwards and then goes across to the other side and comes back out again. But then we're going to have that little trim just between the stairs and the slab at the top here. We got a little bit of a problem here. I broke 1 too many blocks and there is lava dripping down from up above. It kind of looked like there was a redstone block there for a second. I haven't picked one up. I'm not sure what it was that I saw, but I thought I was breaking redstone and then all of a sudden lava came through. So above us there is, of course, the exit, I guess you could call it, out of this area, and that's got loads of lava underneath it. Anyway, yeah, this has really grown on me. I decided to swap those around, so I've put what we've got on the floor up above, and I've put the prismarine bricks around the outside there, and it's looking pretty superb. So we just got to finish this going all the way down to the end. And you might be wondering what this is. Yeah, well, there is an item elevator going through this area, and I was half wondering, why don't I just leave it in this area? This thing is always going to look awful, basically. I am, unfortunately, going to have to move it, aren't I? Do you want to see me do something stupid? Yeah, you probably do. We're down at this bottom area where the items used to get sent up. They used to go all the way up through there. So I've ripped this out, and I've come down here without really thinking about moving stuff around. I should have brought with me some more ice. I've got some stone bricks for building over here, so that's not a problem. We just need ice to move the items around the corner here, and we need a bit of water, which we can get from ice as well. That'll send them all the way over to this, and then everything else is just a case of moving the redstone, right? So no bother there. We're going to send them up in this direction. This has all been measured, so it's in the correct spot. It's going to be behind everything, so it won't get in the way. And I'm going to do something stupid, which is try and fly up through there. This is definitely going to go wrong. Are you ready? Can I even... Please? The thing is, I got to jump off a block to get up there, right? So I've got to go forward, look up. Oh, it sounded like it might have worked. Nope. Okay, we'll try again. Or maybe this isn't really that possible. In fact, let's just break a couple of blocks above our head. Let's go up by 2. Okay. Tap, tap. No. Oh, yes, yes. It wasn't stupid. It was a great idea. Except I want to be down on that floor. Right, let's jump, hold down to the side. Excellent. Sweet. Right, now I can come over here and grab some ice. Alright, this is it. I think we want a dispenser there. 2 glass, 2 glass, and of course somehow I'm missing 1 glass. I think I actually broke it and it landed in the hopper over there and went into that storage system. So that's probably where that bit of glass was. We're just going to replace it with a block like that for now. And yeah, that's... no, that's not taken care of. No, it is. Sorry, I thought I didn't place that one there. high. Let's move on. This is done now. We can cover all of this up. It's been moved just back here, so it's behind all of that stuff, and I like this room. It's almost finished now. I was thinking though, maybe what we'll do is actually replace the floor with sand. Now I'm trying to avoid using the same materials and colours over and over again. So on the very opposite side we've used a lot of yellow, but we didn't use it on the floor. We used hardened clay on the floor, I think. And if we did use yellow on the floor, it was sandstone. So I think what we might actually do is rip this out and replace it with sand and just see what that looks like. I instantaneously like this. This is the way we're going to go. And I'm putting cobblestone below just in case I ever end up doing some digging down there. If I see the cobblestone, I'll know that there's something above, and then we don't want the sand just falling down. So putting in a layer of that below. But yeah, let's just jump out of here and have a quick look. Throw down all of that sand there. Looks nice, doesn't it? I've also got a torch in my hand because we've got dynamic lighting. So as I go over it, it kind of brightens up a little bit. But that's good. It makes it feel beachy around here. And I think it works really well with these other textures. If you were hoping for some sort of innovative, new, amazing cactus farm, well, you ain't going to get that here. Cactus is one of those things that's been farmed just in about every way imaginable since a long time ago, and I really can't think of any special way to farm this. And there's no real incentive to try... Man, these bats, they always just want to get right in front of you. There's no real incentive to try and, you know, make this anything more special than it already... Special? Any more efficient than it already is? You know, come up with a special design, I guess, is what I was thinking. Aha, put the sand in here. We're going to grab some of that. Because it's one of those farms where you can just lose stuff, you know. If the cactus falls and hits another cactus, so be it, because most of the time it doesn't. And if it's slightly lossless, this thing's just going to sit here running around the clock. So what we're going to do is basically putting a bunch of water in this area here that I've been filling in with sandstone. Then we're going to have our cactus growing in the middle. We're going to have some blocks up above to clip the cactus. So if you don't know how this works, if you've got a block here, when the cactus grows, it'll immediately break off and just fly out to the side somewhere. Now that could be into another bit of cactus, and like I've just sort of explained, that doesn't even really matter because this stuff, you know, sometimes it'll hit another cactus and get destroyed, sometimes it will go into the water. Now when it comes to collecting all of that, that's where we're going to use a hopper minecart, I think. I was thinking about using a hopper chain. So if we put water around the outsides, we can push all of the water to the middle here. But then a long hopper chain, you know, it's a little bit pricey and maybe not the best thing for the server to be doing, you know, having lots of hoppers in the area. So we'll use something underneath it using a hopper minecart, I reckon. Right, let's make some cobblestone walls. I just went and put a load of sandstone blocks through the middle here. Kind of done this the wrong way around. What I should have done is place them all in a row and then break the ones next to the cactus so that I can put this right here. We're going to have cobblestone walls, and I did a bunch of testing in a myth-busting episode probably years ago, messing around with where the cactus items pop off and what happens when they hit another block. So the idea is that the cactus can pop off and go across to the other one and land on it. So if you use something like this, it hits the hitbox of it and drops straight down into the water. But we're not going to go overboard here. I think if I were to add a circle of this stuff going all the way around the outside, then this thing would be pretty much lossless because it would pop off, it would hit this and fall straight down into the water. But then it makes the farm look really ugly. Really, really ugly. So I guess we could try that with glass. Maybe, yeah, maybe I won't rush into replacing this. If I were to use glass panes and put a ring of those around the outside, it might end up actually looking alright because, you know, they're transparent and you can use different colours and make it look a little bit nicer. So this room is now looking like this with the farm technically finished. It's all about picking up the items from below. You can see the cactus all sort of gathers there in the middle. That's because the water streams are always going to push into the middle wherever you go. So in the middle there's some dead spots, things going from one side to the other, but they'll always get pushed into that channel, which is what we need. So down here is where we're going to start picking the stuff up. We're going to go back and forth from either side. And I was about to start building the collection system, which got me thinking, hang on a second, I want to move this into a chest where I can walk to and pick up these items from, right? And that probably means we want to put that chest somewhere around here in the very middle of this area. In fact, I reckon there'll be a little something here and a chest on top of it perhaps. So how do we get the minecart to go back and forth and come to the middle? I think it's actually going to be kind of easy. Now I'm going to guess where the middle is right now. Let's just pretend that the middle is here. And let's also hope that there isn't like a big opening on the other side or somewhere that's difficult to build. I reckon what we're going to do is have a track like this. Okay, so it goes that way. Except we're going to have like some sort of detector rail before it which changes the direction of the rail as the minecart comes towards it. So actually what's going to happen is that is going to change direction and send the minecart off in that direction. Right, now remember that it was facing the other way, so it will go back to being that way. When the minecart comes back down this way, it's going to go straight over, it's going to go to the end, it's going to come back again, and then it's going to go there. So that's how we kind of are able to have our minecart unloading system in the middle, just by using a little bit of redstone here. Alrighty then, let's combine this minecart with a hopper minecart so it can pick up items from up above, and there's going to be one final piece to this, which will just be a hopper clock pointing into this block here to power it every so often, because I don't want this thing to run on an unloading system. That usually means it's just going to send out the hopper minecart over and over again. Now why did you sort of place off into the middle? Well, isn't that annoying? Let's grab that back. Okay, so I'm definitely clicking on that one. And yeah, this will activate probably every 4 minutes or so, and it will send it out on its way. And as you saw there, the track just changed. So if we pop underneath, we should see it come past us. Yep, go all the way over to that end, come back again, and then it's going to go to its resting space, right? That track right there, let's watch it again. Oh, I stood behind a wall. How foolish of me. Yeah, basically there's just a redstone torch down here and some redstone that goes to it so it can change it, and bam, there it goes. Awesome. So just got to make a clock. Also there's this thing over here. I think, yeah, of course it would have picked up some cactus and it just sent it through. So I've had to change the design of this so we can cover it up, but basically that thing down there is going to lock it when a new item comes in. Then it's going to send some signals over to the droppers on the side, and that's going to push the items up. It has one downside, which is that an item will get caught in this dropper right here, but that's really not a problem with a farm like this, and it means the rest of the stuff comes up to the top here. Since I last recorded, I've been logged off, so this area hasn't been loaded, that meaning we ain't got a lot of cactus here. But I think what we might do is actually change this right here. I've had some thoughts of the time away from this build, and also I finished the decorating. That being said, I've kind of missed something here, haven't I? That should go just into this space up the top here. Excuse me while I just quickly fix this. There we go. I'll turn around and show you. Ah, I used the wrong pick. Whatever. Yeah, I'll turn around and show you what's going on over here. So I've just created like a little bit of an indent for another texture. The depth is nice. We've got this lighting right here, which I reckon those sea lanterns would probably look a little better out of view if they were up by one block, because when you look from over here you do see them, and I feel like maybe they're not the best, but it's a minor detail in a build that's turned out really well. And now I'm going to tell you about this change that I've envisioned. So we have to take this cactus from here, we have to go and smelt it and turn it into dye. Now I think what I'd like to do is automatically convert it into dye, which is kind of like what we did with the ink sacs. So what we'll end up doing is moving them over into this area here, right? This is where we're storing all of our dyes for this season. If we go over to the green, there's probably nothing in it. There's 5 green in there. And I think it would be a good idea if that thing filled up automagically. So, if we just go around the back here, we will see the system for the ink sacs just above us. And I reckon we need to add in something else like that for the cactus. In fact, what we could probably do is maybe share the same system somehow. Like we drop in ink sacs over here. Sorry, cactus dye as well. Aha, this is an interesting situation. So we don't have a lot of fuel lying around. I'm going to take a few stacks of sticks. I need to take a trip over to the witch farm, do some AFKing over there, get ourselves lots of sticks. If we just come round to the front, I've got a feeling we might see some items over here that need smelting. No, of course, these still got sticks in because there's a nice big old buffer from the hopper that's behind there. That's good. Anyway, we've got a few sticks to demonstrate what we're doing down below, and sticks will be the fuel source of choice over here. I did not need to use a rocket and very nearly killed myself. So now this works the opposite way. The items are going to get sucked out of this chest, and the idea is that we would fill this thing to the brim with sticks. Probably never have to worry about it again. But anyway, if we just drop down below, you will see that it comes down here, and it just so happens to be this is ever so slightly lower than where the ice stream is, so we've had to elevate things up by 1 block. And what I probably should have done here is actually put the ice block there, so it just goes straight into that, because it leaves 1 item in this space. But again, we're working with a very disposable resource here. So those sticks should go and replace the coal. And we've only got 1 furnace here as well, and that's because, you know, we don't produce enough of it fast enough to need more than 1. I was originally going to build an array of furnaces, then I kind of watched it in action and realised that we didn't need that at all. So yeah, the cactus will end up going into this water stream. It goes all the way over here, and then it joins with the ink sac water stream. So that means we don't have to build another elevator and a system to put it into the area up above. And so we are automating cactus dye into our system now. I guess if I actually want some cactus, like for other purposes, then I'm not going to get that unless I come down here and disable the furnace. So I think I'm going to hold on to these stacks, put them in a chest somewhere, and yeah, save them for another day. But anyway, let's pick up the redstone supply box. We're going to grab a little bit, well, I don't actually have cobblestone to hand, but sand and cobble. Going to tidy this up over here, and that is a project done that I am very happy with, and I'm feeling kind of recharged and energized to get back in the base and continue with all of our projects and whatnot. And man, this has turned out very cool. I think the prismarine blocks are fantastic to build with. They look really, really nice. And anyway, that is where we're going to end today's episode. I hope that you have enjoyed it. If you have, leave a like on the episode. As always, thank you for the support of the series, and I'll see you in the next one. So ciao for now. Bye-bye.